What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. Let's talk about GNS. So it's been a very interesting topic of discussion, interesting play so far, and it just keeps getting a little bit more interesting. So looking at this February 16th, right, they announced that they're going to vote on approval for a 1-for-10 reverse split. Now, most of the time we hear reverse split, we run, we're panicked, we know what happens after reverse splits. But, I mean, really, a 1-for-10 split, what's that going to bring the float down to? Like 1.5 million? We'll look at today's trading price and kind of analyze that just a little bit more. But they're also looking at a potential share buyback. Now, I'm just speculating, but if they have the investigator looking into what's going on here, potentially, I don't know if they really would do a reverse split, but potentially they're just wanting to throw that vote out there to get numbers. Now, I'm just brainstorming. I'm just thinking about, what would be the reason that this would do a reverse split at this point whenever they're in compliance. Their float's already pretty small, and there's really no reason to it unless they wanted to pump that up for some reason and, just be trading in a range where their investors could potentially lose interest. It's one of those things that I think we just tinfoil hat and say, maybe this is just going to be a proxy to see how many votes come in. Could it help their investigation? That's my thought on it. Maybe they will do a reverse split. I don't know. I am not them, and I don't know what would happen after that. But I do know whenever shares are like 50 cents, you guys, you have a whole lot more buying power. You push a whole lot more. Whenever it goes to $20, $30, $40, $50, your buying power is kind of limited. Yes, this float's smaller, but if there are these naked shorts out there already, and we know that they're going to probably carry on until, something major happens. And will something major happen? That's the question that is left to be answered. We'll see. If they do a buyback and a reverse stock split, I mean, there's not many shares that they're going to have to either A, buy back, or B, be able to count to know what's going on truly in their situation. So interesting, they are doing something. Whether it's the right thing or not the right thing, I don't know. Time will tell. And I think at this point you guys have ran that for a very nice return. I was personally almost up 1,000%. So I think there's a lot of free shares that can be held and just kind of wait this one out. But it's totally up to you. Free shares plus profit. You gotta create your own trading plan and what you want to do and how much faith you want to put into this and how deep you want to go. But hey, you got a CEO that's doing something, so that's a positive, and we'll see how it all shakes out in the end. Live short interest, estimating a little bit of a decrease. It's ortex, it's estimated, it's the best we have to work with. So it is what it is. I'll give you the numbers. 19.36% live short interest of the free float, and coming in at 2.08 million. So 527% cost to borrow. It is expensive. That's looking for a pretty drastic drop if they are going to pay this price to be able to short this stock. Again, I guess, if the cost to borrow is super high, that would be a good reason to naked short it so you're not paying that cost to borrow rate. So let's see how high that goes. I mean, it's a fun situation as long as you are maintaining your risk management and playing this one smart. So what I'm looking at right now basically is this trend line that needs to be broken. I don't know how it's going to go. I don't know who your holders are, who your buyers are, who's still pushing to a degree as far as how much buying power they have, or if they're just sitting there holding and, big money on the lit exchange is going to move this thing. If you're in something, the payment for order flow type of brokerage, more than likely your orders are not mattering one bit. And I'm sure we're sold many times over the float. So keep that in mind. Here's your important levels that I would really be watching for. $3.48 is going to be your support. We've been flat bottoming out here. Not a big fan because we are not gaining much strength to the upside. So really, you're going to find out if this flat bottom holds by pre-market. I would say you're going to find Thursday by pre-market. We are going to know if we break out, find some support, and push from here, or if we get cranked down. I would be watching that level very closely where the flat bottom is coming in. You do have a little bit of a volume gap here, so I think if you hit 390, it's not going to take long to see 367, which again would bring us down to our fib, more than likely at $3.48. If you can get that breakout, then I think again you're pushing your way back up to the fib line at $5.45. You have very nice trading range up here. You got good support, and it's kind of a pretty open runway. I mean, you haven't had a whole lot of hangups there. So there is good potential to the upside. I just don't know, what the mindset is whenever, say, big money that's actually on a lit exchange, if this has caught their interest now and they're pushing, what their mind frame is and how much they're going to spend. If they think that there is any inkling of a reverse split, those aren't the greatest type of news releases that you want to go around. But this is an individual case that's very interesting to follow and watch and see how it works out, because again, I don't know if the company really has any inclination or desire to do an actual reverse split. I think maybe they just want to calculate the votes, and then they want to see also how many share buyback they would have to do, which would cover the float, and how many times over that would cover the float, and kind of go from there. It could be a dud, or it could be something that maybe we haven't seen for a long time. I'm very interested to see how this one goes. So just watch yourself to the downside if this breakout does not happen, and this flat bottom that's kind of holding right now around 404. If it gives out, again, we're watching down here, but I think most of you guys, I started tweeting about it around 50 cents. So I think most of you guys are doing very well at this point. So just keep that in mind. You don't want to watch something that profitable go absolutely to zero. There's more people than you, and you have to look out for your own account, because nobody's going to do that for you. So come up with some sort of idea, trading plan, something in place, and we just watch it, right? If you catch it on the strength to the upside, if we break out, hold 435 and start to push, awesome. If we come down, then you let the trade come to you somewhere in that $3.48 range. But you don't catch it on the way down, right? That's the falling knife. You don't catch the falling knife. You wait for the falling knife to get its strength. So break through 348, see if it regains its strength at 348 and pushes up. Otherwise, you're watching your level down here at 288. Just play it smart. Don't I don't know. You got to come up with your own ideas. But as far as our 30-minute or 1 hour, we've fallen a little bit below bullish territory, but not too bad. So it could turn around, which is cooling off our 4 hour, which needed to cool off, sitting at 62.07 right now. So still a little bullish there. Steep curl down on the daily, which needed to cool off, still needs to cool off, sitting at 83.17. So looking at the longer time frames, I do think it needs just a little bit of cool off, and we'll see if it goes for another round. This would be a great place for a catch around $3.48. You got some support over here. You got nice fib line, and if it wants to hold there, again, $2.88 would be a nice catch line. We have some support right here. You can see it on the charts, and go for another push. Either one of those numbers could cool off that RSI, which would allow it to push to the upside again. If we see it lose 288, I think we're going to get into a little bit of a danger zone that has remained to be seen. So just keep a close eye on it. But if it does want to make that breakout, hey, if it's hyped and you can catch that trend, then we're looking to the upside. So keep an eye on that upside range as well. It does have good potential. Like I said, like $5.45 if you can break out of 435, and then ultimately up here around $8.63 could be a realistic target. Just one step at a time, right? Watch them, whether they're support, whether they're acting as resistance, and you just play it level to level, bit by bit, channel by channel. So I will catch you guys in the next one. As always, stay golden, people, and may your accounts stay green.